Today on the Flash Traffic Podcast, we discuss the Army's troubles in adapting to drone warfare, a U.S. military-industrial complex scam brought to you by General Motors, a mine-clearing drone, how not to survive a drone attack, and more. Okay, let's go.
Conflict, politics, military-industrial complex, technology, war. The Flash Traffic Podcast.
Yep. Anyways, I guess Harvard is a piece of shit, just like everywhere else. I guess that's the bottom line.
Yeah, right. Let's do a broad brush on that. Yeah.
let's just leave it at that. Let's simplify this reduction theory here. Let's talk about this. First I have some announcements before we get to talking about things. I was going to save it to the end, but I'll just make these announcements in the beginning. We have a very exciting week coming up at the Flash Traffic Podcast. This Wednesday, this week. Oh, yes. This week we have Brad Crawford, an interview with Brad Crawford.
Nice.
He is a volunteer trainer in Ukraine, currently in the southeast part of the country, training as a volunteer, as his entire crew is, training Ukrainians to fight Russians. That is going to be a pretty good interview. I've already done that interview, so I know it's pretty good. And then Friday, we have Colin Freeman, who is a journalist and author, and his latest book is The Mad and the Brave, a book about Ukrainian Western volunteers, the Foreign Legion.
That was pretty cool.
And then on Monday, we have an interview with a former Italian Army officer named Thomas Tyner.
Is that a contradiction?
What's that?
Italian and Army?
No, it is not.
I'm being facetious. Aren't they one of the laggards of NATO who is not doing the 2%, them in Spain?
Didn't ask him about NATO. I should have asked him. Anyways,
Yeah,
Monday, Thomas Tyner, he's a filmmaker. He's a former Italian Army. He was in the Maidan in 2014. We have a pretty interesting conversation about the history of Ukraine, contemporary
That's pretty
history.
cool.
They're all three very good interviews coming up. Bam, bam, bam. Three interesting guests.
Our listenership has got to be
the next week
through the roof. Yeah, the data.
You're going to be excited.
Through the roof.
I bet you can't wait. Let's start with this. Here's an article in the New York Times. The title is, quote, "The Army's Race to Catch Up in a World of Deadly Drones." The subtitle is, "The rapid proliferation of drones in places like Ukraine has set off a growing sense of alarm inside the U.S. Army." This article I thought was pretty good. It described the U.S. Army's attempt to catch up on drone warfare. What they described, it was like a helicopter drone. It was a helicopter drone.
The fuck is
a
that?
Helicopter drone? I don't know. Some fucking helicopter.
Does that look contemporary to you?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Do they have like the rubber band wrapped around it and like it unwinds?
Yeah.
Like what is that?
Exactly. It's like a toy that your kid plays with. So what this article was talking about was they sent a bunch of drones to JRTC in Fort Polk, Louisiana, the Joint Readiness Training Center?
Yeah, JRTC. You been there? I've been there a couple times.
I was stationed there, Fort Polk, Louisiana. Louisiana and Leesville and DeRidder. I've never had more fun. I've never had more fun in an Army post than
that. Doesn't shock me coming from you. Yeah,
Fort Polk.
Doesn't even shock me.
Louisiana is great. It's counterintuitive, but Louisiana and Fort Polk, absolutely amazing. So they send a bunch of drones down there for these guys to play with, and they're like, the U.S. Army is like, "Hey, why don't you tell us which drones you think we should buy?" And I'm thinking, wow, that is probably the worst idea of many, many bad drone ideas that the U.S. Army has. Let's let these guys play with all these drones and then just tell us which ones you think are best. That misses the drone warfare idea, because what these guys are going to do, obviously, the best ones are going to be the most expensive ones, right? The ones that perform the best are going to be the $200,000 drones. Do you think they're going to say? You think they're going to say that the $2,000 FPV drone from China is going to be best? It's hard to fly.
If they were telling the truth, they would.
Not
if you were telling the truth, you would.
Not from a purely operator standpoint.
The cost
if I'm
is
an
the
operator,
capability. The drone's a bullet.
Yeah.
The drone's a bullet. Shoot a bullet.
Yeah. From a military strategic operational perspective, yeah, the cost is the capability. You want the small. I'd rather have a million small drones.
The U.S. doesn't get that, though. The U.S. acquisition system, U.S. leadership doesn't get it. The U.S. has been captured by the military-industrial complex. They can only produce overpriced, highly engineered bullshit that they can make maximum profits on. Meanwhile, you have Ukrainian drone units making $150 FPV drones that will smoke a $10 million tank. But the U.S. wants to this gold-plated bullshit and keep telling themselves a drone is a really complicated, expensive piece of equipment you got to be highly trained for, instead of treating it like a 5.56 round.
Yeah.
But we know that. We already knew that.
Yeah, and these operators, these U.S. Army operators, are going to come back and say, hey, you know what the one I like the most is this one from Anduril that costs $200,000.
Oh, yeah.
It's got 1080p, high def, day night thermal. It's got a cool Gucci box that it bounces out of the box on its own. It has a pretty hefty 15-pound warhead. I mean, it's just an awesome piece of kit. And then the U.S. Army is going to be like, okay, we'll buy that one because that also satisfies our need to kowtow to the military industrial complex. So yeah, we'll buy that one. Here you go, infantry battalion. Here's your 2 drones. Good luck.
That's probably right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they probably do give them 2.
Are you going to do with 2 fucking drones?
They're not even going to get past the flot. Like, the casualty rates are significant. You need so many because so many are going to get whacked by EW and weather and bad piloting. And it's a bullet, dude. But
these
the
are
U.S.
disposable.
Yeah. The U.S. leadership can't grasp that because our whole system is geared for gold-plated B-2 bomber bullshit. And we do that with every single aspect of the military acquisition process.
What is going to be the TTP for, let's just say, a $50,000 drone? If you are an infantry company commander and you are signed for 5, you're only going to get 5 $50,000 drones. What's your TTP going to be? Let's use them for close area recon. Send them up right above our head in case they get jammed. You're not going to use them for shit. You're not going to want to send them. You're not going to send them out on a whim. Like,
no, you're not.
The Ukrainians will send out 3 fucking FPV drones just to go sniff around. Yeah, just go find something. And if it hits a tree, if it gets jammed, if it blows up on its own for no reason, okay, who cares? We'll send 3 more out. But you're not going to.
We used to say in urban warfare, find work. Like the stuff you just did. Hey, I cleared this. Yeah, good for you. Now find work. Get busy. Get in the freaking game. Don't sit there and let someone tell you how to do something in a free-flowing environment. Find work. But you're describing like in the U.S. where you won't find work. You're accountable for that. You signed for that. That's expensive. You better not crash it. The drones need to be at the squad level. It needs to be a squad level tool. And you need a lot of them, and you use them for just 100 different tasks a day.
Yeah, and if you don't have super cheap drones, and you don't have 500 cheap drones in a Connex at the battalion level,
you're not going to use them.
You're gonna. What's going to happen is you're naturally going to revert back to having Preds and Reapers at the core level. Like,
that don't
what do
survive.
yeah, you're just going to revert back to, if you're going to have very expensive shit anyways, put it up at the Division and Corps and let them operate it. You're never going to see a drone down at the company or the battalion level.
Not like
they're
in the
forcing
Ukraine
themselves
environment.
back.
Right. Yeah. The old drone concept of the Predator burn in circles. It doesn't work in high intensity warfare. It doesn't work. You got to get rid of that.
You're never going to send you wouldn't even send a Global Hawk out there, like flying at 50,000, whatever it flies, not 50,000 feet, but 35,000 feet. You're never even going to send a Global Hawk out there. You're not going to
get whacked
anything
by a
out
Buk or something easily. You're going to get whacked.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
It's just vulnerable. Yeah. That's for counterinsurgency. Well, just like a lot of the U.S.'s stuff, it works when there's absolutely no threat to it.
Yeah.
It works great when there's no threat.
When you're fighting an insurgency in Mosul, when they don't have any kind of man pads or anything except RPG-7s, you can fly that Pred all day long, and you can put that Hellfire through the window of the second floor. You can do that all day long. But if nowadays, you wouldn't even be able to do that now with an insurgency, because they're going to have the interceptor drones too. They're going to have these cheap $5,000 interceptor drones that go up and take out your Reapers. They're going to take out your helicopters. Not even to mention your armor is going to be completely gone. And this article mentions the transformation or the departure of the U.S. Army from heavy armored formations. So they're talking about getting rid of the Booker armored gun vehicle or whatever it was called. They canceled that.
That was a light
tank. But the article also mentions getting rid of the next generation. I would call it MRAP or Humvee MRAP kind of.
what reason? What
combination?
Reason? It can't be because expense.
It's not expense. They're taking those dollars that they would have used on those slightly armored vehicles, and they're buying a giant piece of shit. And I'm going to show you, this might be the biggest scam in the U.S. military industrial.
Is this going to anger me?
It should anger everyone that's a taxpayer in the United States. Here it is. So what they're going to do instead is they're going to buy a bunch of these pieces of shit right here.
Chinese golf carts.
Chinese golf carts, yes. But this is the squad infantry vehicle. It's made by GM.
Of course.
And it is basically a GM Colorado ZR2 model, Colorado SUV / pickup truck made for military. What they've done is they've stripped down everything on this vehicle that was expensive. So all the
how much does it cost?
GPS, leather seats, and they've put all a bunch of cheap shit in here and replaced some of the bolts.
Okay.
Then they stripped it all down. They took all the expensive shit off of it, stripped it down, and made this piece of shit squad infantry vehicle.
How much?
You're gonna get very angry at this.
I'm going to say 100.
$320,000 a piece.
For what? A stripped down piece of shit?
A stripped down piece of shit Colorado SUV that you wouldn't even fucking buy. Like, it's not even a good SUV. It's a piece of shit SUV pickup truck. And they stripped it down, and GM is charging the Army $320,000 a piece.
So this is straight up fucking
look at
the
this
American
piece of shit.
Taxpayer. This is, hey, I got it. It looks cool for off-road, all that. Understand it's a drone magnet.
Dude.
Understand it can't defend itself. Understand this thing is going up like a $15,000 Chinese golf cart as soon as it gets wild. $320K. See, you're not just fucking the government. You're fucking me now. You're fucking the taxpayer. This isn't worth it. This isn't fucking worth it. I was going to say $100K, and I was still going to be shocked.
This piece of shit this was in the designs before the Ukrainian war. It was a piece of shit concept
It's a
before
drone
the Ukrainian
magnet.
war. It's a piece of shit concept now. What they're doing is they're going away from armored protection to the new protection, which is speed on the battlefield is the new protection.
Oh, because you're faster than
So-
a drone?
No,
You're faster
this-
than you're faster than a loitering munition that does 300 kilometers an hour on the terminal dive.
this thing is supposed to seat a squad, 9
No,
people.
it isn't. No, it won't.
Yes, GM.
I'm
says
looking at
9
it. No, you won't.
soldiers.
You'll be
9
hanging off the
fucking
back
soldiers.
of it, dude. You'll be sitting on the top. You'll be sitting on the roof.
You can't fit fucking 9 people, regular people
With
without
body
gear.
armor and all their shit on it and their weapons.
3 in the
and-
front. Look at this picture. 3 in the
No, you're
front,
not.
3 in the middle row, 2 in
Get
the
the fuck
back.
outta here.
That's still
Get
not
the
even
fuck
9
outta
people.
here.
And
That's
then
the
one guy
one
holding
dude
on in the back.
Yeah, on the one dude on the bumper, like getting dragged on a skateboard.
What a ridiculous piece of shit from concept to execution.
Dude, I can
These-
just buy some used fucking Bronco and tear it
Motherfuckers.
down for like 25K, bro, and come up with
Dude.
the same thing.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, you're
right
screwing
here.
me. You're screwing me, the taxpayer, now. That is
Hold on.
bullshit.
Look at this.
A
thing.
$150 drone will smoke that.
Here's from my local
Oh, geez.
auto dealer,
Oh, geez.
right?
Oh, geez.
This brand new
How much?
2026 Colorado ZR2 is
How much?
MSRP for $55,000. Brand fucking new.
And that-
$55,000. Look
And actually, 9 people could fit in that sitting in the truck bed.
in the bed. Yeah, look, it's got all the TV, the nav, the the
That's
leather,
cool. I
blah
like to
blah
watch.
blah
I
blah.
want to watch TV. Yeah.
Right? And you take all that expensive shit away from this vehicle, strip
What are we
all
doing?
the good seats out,
Corruption.
and then what
Corruption.
you've got left is like a $25,000 SUV that GM is selling to the U.S. Army for $320,000.
Corruption. And they're all going
What
along with it.
the fuck?
The corrupt congressmen, the corrupt senators in the state, they're all going along with it. It doesn't cost that much. It's a drone magnet. Nowhere it'll work. NTC, with no threat, and maybe hobby copters dropping balloons filled with pink water soluble paint to show that you would have got hit. That's the only place that place works. NTC with unrealistic training.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to show this picture of Kathleen Hicks, the Deputy Secretary of Defense under Lloyd Austin, also a worthless individual, Kathleen Hicks, driving around in the squad infantry vehicle.
What an idiot.
Let's just blame her. Like, can we just blame Kathleen Hicks for this corruption?
What's her
this
background?
scam?
What's her background? I don't know her background. I assume she's a political lackey, like all the other unqualified Trump lackeys. I could be wrong. I don't know though. What's her background?
I think she puts on her resume, I was once a terrible Deputy Secretary of Defense. And
Okay,
I
so she's
also-
got some
I
experience.
also
Yeah.
defrauded. I also defrauded the American taxpayer of $320,000 each for a
Yes, she did.
$25,000 SUV.
Clearly,
this-
she is.
This may be the biggest scam in defense, at least lately. Ever since the not since the $900 toilet seat or the $500 hammer have we seen such bullshit as a squad infantry vehicle.
This is just straight up corruption. There's no other term for it. Overpriced, overpaying, corruption. All these clowns are going along with it. Corruption.
The only difference between this U.S. military corruption and Ukrainian military corruption
Yeah, what's the difference, dude?
is the difference is in Ukraine, the taxpayer pays $1 million for bandages and they just don't show up and the money disappears. In the United States, the taxpayer pays $320,000 for something that does show up that is not even remotely worth the cost. This is a giant scam. a giant.
Oh, 100% is yeah. Thanks, GM. Well, I'm glad I don't buy GM products anyways, but I wouldn't now. What a freaking ripoff.
If you believe in America, if you believe in freedom, we urge you to not buy a GM vehicle. Take a giant shit on GM.
This is a taxpayer getting ripped off. This is every one of us getting ripped off.
Yeah, I would like to say a big fuck you to General Motors and whichever politician, Pentagon asswipe, okayed this as a
long
concept
list.
and a procurement.
I guarantee you it's a long list of assholes. I bet you that thing is built in 10 different states. The transmission's built in Michigan. The wheels come from Alabama.
No, because it's not a normal military procurement project. What it is they just fucking take the shitty GM Colorado ZR2, pull it off the line, take all the expensive shit off it, replace a couple of bolts with aluminum bolts to make it weaker and lighter, paint it green, and then tell the infantry, the 11 Bravo, get in this fucking thing with 8 of your best buddies. Oh, you couldn't fit 5 guys with their full kit. Are you not going to take your stuff with you? Then what's the point of having a vehicle if you're not going to take your rucksack with your food and your guns and your bullets and your armor? What are you doing out there?
Body armor, helmets, all your shit, all your kit. If you're wearing a gun belt, day pack, nods. That's not even your backpack, dude. Where's that going? It's going on the roof.
This is a fucking scam. Where is the E6 out there, fucking squad leader? I want to hear their opinion of this. I want them to come back and say, yeah, we tested this out at NTC, JRTC, fucking Fort Bliss, whatever. We tested this thing out
with
and
drones.
You guessed it, with nothing, with our body armor. And guess what? This is a ridiculous idea. We needed at least 3 of these, not 1 per fire team. 1 per fire team, not 1 per squad. It's just, what the fuck?
Drone bait.
Such a corrupt, just everything aside, the U.S. Army is not learning from the drone war in Ukraine. They're doing the absolute wrong things. And then they switch their entire doctrine to some kind of light mobile. What's next? Mopeds and motorcycles with sidecars? Are we going to do that too? This is ridiculous bullshit.
If they do, you need ubiquitous drone defense. It has to be as common and cheap as the drones attacking you, and we don't have it. That thing needs drone defense. A 18-year-old Russian emo mall rat is going to fly a $500 drone up your ass and blow the whole thing up, and it won't even be hard for him. Rubicon will fly a drone up your ass, and it won't even be hard.
It is complete bullshit, and this is a scam, and this is corruption at the highest levels of 100%. The United States Army.
You're screwing me. You're screwing the taxpayer. No, it's not worth it.
Write your congressman and tell them you do not want to have.
Let's call it the Trump mobile. We don't want the Trump mobile.
We'll come up with a name. The Trump.
Send in a message. You want it to be the the TSV, the Trump squad vehicle.
The TSV. Nobody wants any of the TSV.
Yeah, come up with a name. Email it in. That's what we came up with.
Let's talk about something else. Same on topic, but let's talk.
We chewed on that. We chewed on that for a minute, dude.
Well, it's very easy to get pissed off.
Couple of minutes. Yeah. You're
it's
screwing me.
Easy
You're
to get pissed off
at
this. But don't talk about corruption in the Ukrainian army or military.
Start hearing
this bullshit.
Look at the Trump squad vehicle.
Trump squad vehicle, piece of shit. Fuck those guys. Okay, speaking of let's just talk about counter drone for a second. This lucky mofo in the Ukrainian army with a red dot took out a drone. Check this out.
No, he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right
Dramatic
thing.
Music. Boom. It's a drone. What a lucky shot. But
No,
awesome.
no,
for
it's
him.
not. No, it's not a lucky shot. It's an aimed shot. The dude's got what, like an EOTech on a 12 gauge? That actually is the best. Is it a 12 gauge? What's he got?
No, I think that's a rifle,
AK.
man.
That's
That's
an
a
AK.
rifle.
Okay, that is lucky. That was a shotgun. No, that's an AK.
That's a lucky shot. But hey, you have a million drones out there on both sides. The occasional random bullet. I don't want to take away from this guy's shot.
That's amazing.
But, the occasional random bullet's going to hit a drone. It's like you can't miss them. They're everywhere.
Now,
But
now
that
I
was a good shot.
would say for the last line of defense, like it's just you and your a buddy or whatever, it is a 12 gauge shotgun with a red dot cheap scope on it. That is your last chance to live. That's it. Nothing else is going to save you.
That's a high pressure shot. You can.
No,
you
you
can
got
take
the
that
rest
shot.
of your life to do it.
Take
you got
that
the rest
shot.
of your life.
Do something. If that doesn't work, run in a zigzag like an alligator's chasing you. That might also help you. What you should not do is stand there, flip off the drone, and look at this.
See so many.
Let's look at this video.
Russians that aren't trained for this. They literally don't know what to do. They don't know what to do when a drone attacks them. It's the most basic battle drill you have to deal with, and they have no answer.
Let's look at this video of a Russian with the dramatic music. Okay, let's look at this.
No music. Yeah, no music.
Boom! A little bit of music, a little Viking music. He shakes his fist at the drone. Yeah, like he's a tough guy. And he disappears. Look, he's completely disappeared. That drone made that individual's molecules disappear from the universe.
What was he thinking?
I don't know. He's just being a tough guy. Look.
That's your last move?
You're trying to be a tough guy?
That's your last move.
Run! Jump! Dive!
Run around the corner.
Hit the ground. Get out
Shoot
of
at it.
Yeah. You're just trying to I can headbutt the drone. Remember that video of the dude that headbutted the drone and lived? This is like that guy. He wasn't as lucky. This guy was not nearly as lucky.
These guys have no training, have no idea what to do. This goes back to the Russians. Like there's like a 2-week training cycle of coming in, getting your uniform, doing your basic stuff, shipping you to the front. I heard it's like 12 days.
Yeah.
And then I also see a lot of these guys. There's a lot of reports of Russians on drugs when they do their attacks. To keep them motivated, to overcome fear, to just keep going through the horror. And it makes me, because we've seen a lot of guys that you would say are zombies, where they're like, they got to be drugged up. They just sit there, they just stare as a drone just flies into them and like annihilates them. That's not normal behavior from anybody.
Yeah. I mean, here's a video. Drugs. This is going around the internet this week and late last week. This is great. Have you seen this video of the Russian electronic warfare system? This is the longer video. The Russians have this high speed, according to this video, they had this high speed electronic warfare, radio electronic, Borodba system.
Yeah, I don't know all their systems. They got a lot of different ones.
Well, a lot of them are just commercial, off the shelf, and they just put them together. But this guy is talking about how awesome his new look at that setup. I mean, that's high speed.
Legit, dude.
A lot of power.
He'll never
And
get hit.
Here comes the Ukrainian drone. An FPV that is, by the way, radio controlled FPV comes in and hits the anti-drone electronic warfare suite, and now it's on fire. Look at that. That's great. And they're sad. Vatnik. Boo, sad Russians.
Are these drones, are these guys doing like frequency hopping?
I don't know. That is a possibility.
And then will someone say, well, no, this is the second one. I hit it twice. That was already burnt out.
Gotta make sure that shit's
Is
gone.
there some kind of terminal guidance on this? I hear all this talk about AI enabled for the last
Yeah.
terminal leg. Did that
So-
lock on and just go for it?
Maybe. I don't know if it would recognize it. So you're talking about computer vision where the drone is able to see objects and discern that is an enemy object.
Or you got close enough to it and you're like, yeah, that's what you're looking at now, lock on. And then I don't radio control it anymore.
Yeah, you could also paint the target and then lock it in and let the computer fly to it. And it's, I think the TTP is that the last mile or last, 1,000 kilometers or 1,000 meters, then the drone takes over. So a human pilots it into the area of operations, and then the drone takes over. Yeah, that's not very prolific. I think that's only in theory. And if this was a computer vision drone, would it be trained to hit pickup trucks? I guess. I mean, there's some risk there with civilian casualties.
That's tough to do. I don't think they're there yet. There's not network drones. There isn't AI guided. I think that's fantasy right now
Yeah, I don't think
for the Ukrainians. But I guess I would say merely then that EW system wasn't jamming on their frequency. Simple as that.
That is true. Although that was a very big one, and that looked like it must have had a broadband multiple, frequency jamming, because it was so big. That would be my guess. But
the thing just flew directly into it. You saw no, I don't know what to call it, disturbance in the scream, distortion of the scream. It's like, I'm not being jammed.
No, it's like the drones that fly into the microwave gun, hits the dude right on the gun because that gun is useless. So and apparently this Reb was useless for the Russians.
So then go back to the overpriced, corrupt Trump squad vehicle. Tell me how you're stopping that drone attack, dude. Are you going to have that microwave jamming radar on every single vehicle? Know what GM's going to say? Yep. And we'll sell that to you too.
$200,000 extra. Now you have a
Trump
$500,000 Trump squad vehicle. Gonna get smoked so bad.
What a ripoff. What a complete, absolute ripoff.
Since we're talking about ripoffs, this doesn't seem to be a ripoff. Let's look at this. This thing is called the Barracuda 500, a low-cost cruise missile Ukraine needs by the thousands. Of course. It looks like it costs less than $200,000, according to this Twitter Idiotverse post. It has a range of 1,000 kilometers and a 45-kilogram warhead, so it's pretty robust.
Let's
take a look at it.
I don't think 45 kilograms is anything. That's like under 100 pounds.
Anduril.
Oh no! Oh.
Yeah. So
is it a loitering munition?
Well, it's kind of a cruise missile, so I don't. Cruise missiles can loiter. The Tomahawk will loiter and do racetrack patterns.
Is this the one that'll land itself?
No, this is like a cruise missile. Let's look at the video.
Cruise missile. I'm unimpressed with a 100-mile thing. That's a glide bomb, dude.
Glide bomb, but isn't a cruise missile kind of like a glide bomb?
It's hard
but
to
this
say
is
anymore.
self-propelled. I mean,
okay.
Oh, and it just it blows up. Okay.
Decent
well, that doesn't even look
explosion.
like real fire. That looks like
Is that AI?
it looks like AI generated
Nothing
fire right
blows
there.
up. What was that? A fuel? Was that a fuel air explosive?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
That's not how high explosives look when they blow up, dude. It's just
Dude, is
a bunch
that
of
AI?
shrapnel. I think that was an AI video. Good
Is
job, Anduril.
Is Anduril corrupt too?
Of course they are.
I'm foolish for even saying that.
Come on.
So 1,000 kilometers.
So fake video. Thanks. Fake video. Fake explosion.
200K.
Fake AI generated fire. Yeah.
They took the footage from a TOS 1A thermobaric explosion. Then they said it's theirs.
Yeah.
1,000
Kinda,
kilometers,
yeah.
200K, 100-pound warhead. What do you hit? That's a Shahed.
Yeah, it's a Shahed, but it's a cruise missile Shahed, so it goes faster.
Faster.
Yeah.
Okay, 100 pounds? Like what are you hitting with it? A building?
I guess it depends on how accurate it
What's
is, how
100 pounds?
precise.
I just don't see. So basically, it's a loitering munition on steroids for 200K. I guess you could hit a tank with it for 200K, $1 million tank. Okay.
I mean, I guess it's it looks to me like more of a cheaper cruise missile, like a cheap cruise missile. I mean, you could, the explosive warhead is a bit light in the loafers, but you could take out a refinery, maybe parts of a refinery.
100 pounds? It's not much.
Yeah, I guess. And
anything that's not a vehicle is a much. I still think overpriced. How accurate is it at 1,000 kilometers? Is it going to get jammed? I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
Well, they're trying.
It just seemed on the surface, like to me when I first saw it, that it wasn't a complete scam, which that carries some merit in and of itself if it's not a instant scam. Let's look at this. I definitely wanted to show this. This is a Chinese drone that's basically a Miklik. So it sends out a line charge to destroy landmines. We use a large vehicle that shoots it out. These Chinese are doing it with drones. I'll turn the sound off. Let's just look at this because this is kind of crazy. It shoots out the line charge, and then a parachute takes it away from the drone, so the drone doesn't get destroyed.
Just another use of the drone.
Look at that! Boom. That's a pretty impressive. Basically, that cord, if it's similar to our Miklik, that cord is det cord. So just basically explosive cord.
And then you're supposed to walk in a line right where it blew up and penetrate the 25-yard minefield. Except we know it doesn't work like that.
Well, if you coordinate your assault, this could be pretty effective, I think.
How's it any different than any other Miklik?
Well, it's on a drone, so you don't have to drive a vehicle up there. That's nice.
And are you
can fly this. No, but if you could fly that thing 15, 20 kilometers and then shoot it off and then come back.
And then what? And then your people walk 15 kilometers up to the breach and walk through?
No, you'd have to be supporting in real time, but your pilots wouldn't have to be on the front lines. They could be 15 kilometers back supporting the infantry assault through the minefield.
Nothing burger.
You think?
Yeah, because a minefield is only 25 yards long. And your guys will a whole brigade will just walk through that little line and the enemy won't do anything. So I'm going to say this works great when you have no enemy confronting you at all.
Yeah, but kind of cool from a
Robotine.
Sure.
Didn't do shit. They used Mikliks. Well, they had Mikliks and they got smoked.
Yeah, well, they weren't very effective. They didn't take care of all the landmines for sure. I'm gonna say innovative, gotcha, cool, gotcha, game changer. Yeah.
No, not even the slightest.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that drone with a giant det cord. How about that?
And then you know what? If I'm the enemy, then I'll fly my own drone in and just drop some more landmines right where you did your Miklik. I'll do it again.
Yeah, everything's fluid. Okay, let's end on this video. It is a Russian occupier, according to the Twitter post. A Russian occupier arrived to kill Ukrainians for money, but something went wrong. Basically,
all of them?
It's all of them. This Russian Peter A, is hiding in a building, and he's getting attacked by a drone. He can hear the drone. I'm going to put the sound up. It's pretty interesting.
Ooh. Oh boy. Is that a Russian or Ukrainian?
And that was a Russian, according to the Post. And he's gone. He's also liquidated.
You heard that whining sound. That must trigger people's PTSD now.
Yeah, there is some psychological issues, factors on the battlefield with the sound of drones. After a year and a half of FPV drone warfare, your
PTSD, dude. You hear like a hobby race car go by, you're going to be grabbing dirt, dude.
Yep.
Hey,
that sounds permanent.
Can we discuss just briefly? I'm pretty sure you probably saw it, the leaked Russian casualty documents that came out this week, where they show. I
have not seen it.
Okay, so if you Google it, it's out there. It's like going viral. Where I think Russia breaks down the front into 5 different sectors, and this has been going around, and it showed KIA, MIA, which means KIA, and then WIA for each sector. And it showed that like the central sector was the most. The ones on the wings, the north and the southernmost, like Kherson, were the lowest. And as you got closer to the center, higher rate of casualties. But you know what it came out to? 1,000 casualties a day. I think it came out to like 1,100 casualties a day. This is 1 January through the end of September. So the first 9 months, I think it was like 281,000 casualties through the end of September.
So how does that leaked report differ from what is usually published? Because isn't it about 1,000 a day?
Well, I'm saying that this confirms it, because a lot of people will argue that comes out to 31,000 casualties a month. Do that times a year. They're on track for 372,000 casualties, and the Ukrainian front. Right. So people argue about the casualties. How much are we taking? How accurate are Ukrainian estimates? Ukrainians are lying. No, they're not. And there's one website I go to. I think it's Mean4. Anyway, that's where I get my daily casualties. They seem believable to me. Some days they're like, "Hey, no tanks. We hit no tanks today on a 1,000-kilometer front. Hey, we blew up 3 APCs just today. That's it." So I think they're reasonably accurate, although you're just guessing I got it. But right, they've been averaging like 1,000 casualties a day, and that's been the estimate. But if we're going to take this for what it is, I haven't looked into it yet any more than me reading it. The Russians are saying we're taking 1,000 casualties a day, most in the center around Pokrovsk. So, anyways,
which makes sense.
More confirmation that the estimates are accurate. Russian casualties are accurate, and they're eating 1,000 a day,
and they don't care, and they're going to keep losing people and keep paying them.
They're going to have to pay over time. They're going to have to pay more and more to get dudes out there to get their legs blown off. But they have enough poverty where they could do this for the foreseeable future.
Yep, they've got a lot of humans willing to do stupid shit for a little bit of money.
$2,700 a month.
Well, how much is your life worth? I guess
in Russia it's worth $2,700.
Yep, I guess
you will go get whacked in Pokrovsk for $2,700.
I guess we'll see how long they can keep it up. Can they do it for another couple years? Maybe. Who knows? All right, good chat. If you like the Flash Traffic podcast, you can support us by doing all the social media things like subscribe, comment, forward, send us money.
Forward to your grandparents.
Send us money in gold bullion.
Yeah, send me money. Send me money. I'll do a better job at this.
We need it in gold because gold is now $4,000 an ounce.
Freaking God.
if that's not a statement on, you know, what people think is going to happen in the future, I don't know
People
what
don't
could
trust.
possibly be.
They don't trust the stock market. For sure.
Well, all right. We have a number of interesting and exciting interviews coming up the next
Very good
7
interviews.
days
Watch them.
in the Flash Traffic podcast. So look
You
out for
will
those.
Watch them.
And
Knife hand.
Knife hand.
If you don't watch them, we're going to send you to Donbass in a Trump squad vehicle. Do you want that?
You got to do
No,
it's non-threatening if you do the fist like this. William Jefferson Clinton used to do this. Like
What
when
the fuck are you talking about?
he didn't point or knife hand. He did this like with his close, like that's.
If you don't want a terminal trip in the Trump squad vehicle, tune in.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, bye-bye.
I'm going to point with my elbow. Tune in.
Tune in. Bye-bye.
The Flash Traffic Podcast.